Here we go. Wait, huh? So that gentleman right there, his name is Ulysses Ramos. Kid is pretty incredible. His kata is really no joke. Pretty good fighter also. So the competition has just gotten better. He also has competed internationally. He's qualified for an international tournament right now, presently for the World Championships, representing the United States. Now, let me make this announcement. The intentions is not to have this just as a United States thing. The same challenge that we have now in the United States, it's worldwide. The majority of the pioneers and legends that built all of the circuits and leagues have been forgotten. In the United States, they do have divisions for 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, and I believe they have a 70. However, 10 years when you're in your 60s and 70s is a long time. So we chopped it down to just 5 years because it makes more sense to me, personally. In addition to that, when you see a chance to see someone like me, Grandmaster Jerry Fast Feet Foutain, is fighting a legend, oh my gosh, it's not normal in terms of regular when you see the techniques. It just isn't. I could reference a whole bunch of incredible fighters. Billy Beeson right now, William Beeson, Bill Beeson. Man, I'm watching a lot of the matches that he competed in, and two in particular I'm watching that they didn't do him too good. I should say they didn't really. The politics of the sport was a little evident. When people got on these teams, it was almost like it was a free point, extra point, just because they were on the team. And I never understood that. Martial arts is not a team sport at all. The closest thing to a team is your dojo, your dojang, your school, your club. So that's the difference. Every competitor back in the day, meaning 1986 and before, pretty much fought different. They might have fought like their instructor, but if you look at Scorpion Barrage and Billy Blanks and Nasty Anderson and Ray McCallum, they didn't fight anything the same. Yes, they could all blitz differently. They can kick differently. They had a timing, a tempo, a rhythm, a cadence. Different. Original flavor, original style. That's what I believe makes the difference in what would be an incredible martial arts tournament. When we were competing against people that were kung fu stylists, you had to watch out for that kung fu guy. They may sweep you, cartwheel kick, scissor takedown. When you fought a Shotokan guy, a Goju guy, the styles themselves had, the styles themselves had a style of fighting. Heavier with the hands. Eventually, we got to the point where we were able to throw kicks and hands. Hence, my name is Fast Feet, which is the nickname my mother gave me. However, I probably hit more people with my fists than I did with my feet. Well, at least 50-50. Yeah. I would probably say it's more with the hands. However, I still had to develop that. When I did Taekwondo, I didn't know anything about punching. It took many years for me to develop the confidence to be able to bridge the gap with my hands. And I always give credit to where it's due. That's where Quadrant and Billy Blanks really helped me out with my hands when it came to the blitz. But the dive bomb, I got to give credit to Steve Nasty Anderson, rest in peace. He's the gentleman that taught me how to do the dive bomb. And it's sad when I'm talking to kids and they're doing dive bombs and they're saying blitz, or they say something like dive bomb blitz. Two completely different techniques. The blitz is on the ground, which is basically a sprint, a cross step, and the dive bomb is in the air. The closest thing to that would be the second part of the dive bomb, which is the reverse punch, hence the Superman punch that was big, like Kryptonite back, in the day when it came to MMA, or they even do a version of that in Muay Thai. where you jump and you leap and you throw the right hand, but in reality it was 2 punches. And even the Taekwondo stylists back in the days, like Mike Warren and Albert Cheeks, used to jump on top of you and throw a reverse punch, which is closer to a dive bomb, meaning an extended lunge that goes to the air and you throw not 1 but 2 punches. And then that was replaced with a reverse punch to a slap fist, and they just reach the hand out and throw it. I'm mentioning these techniques because they will not be allowed or considered techniques to score at the Fountain of Youth. If your glove is not on your hand, you will get a warning. If your hand is not closed, you won't get a point unless it's a rich hand. Slapping the glove without having your hand inside there, not only is it not a point, you'll get a warning. And I'm going to have to go get a little more explicit when it comes to the techniques. I will do a videotape going over all of the techniques that will be allowed and not allowed, because I think that might be the best way to really give you guys a visual. But in a nutshell, when people ask about the rules are the same way they were back in the days. If I hit you in the target area, in this case there's no groin kicks at this particular tournament, but there will be groin kicks in regions that had groin kicks, such as Region 7, Texas, I should say Region 6, Texas, and Region 7, the Chicago area. Those areas, they had groin kicks and they had head kicks. The same thing with California and even Las Vegas. Actually, the last time I fought at the IMAC World Championships with Stan Wiltz, he literally had groin kicks still. That was like probably 2000. Quarter of a century ago. I'm not sure they still do it now. My point is that it's very important to have your original flavor, original style. You see 2 people do Kankudai or Onsu or what have you. They don't do it exactly the same. They have different cadences. Now, that's the only thing I do enjoy watching. Not just the kata, I don't mean the kata, but the WKF has great bunkai, which is the application to the techniques. So you have the traditional forms and you have the non-traditional forms. And the non-traditional forms is where I would be doing forms at. And if you are making up a form, that means you're doing it in what's considered the American form, or American division. If you are putting weapons, I should say music to your forms, then that's considered open forms. If you're putting music to your weapons, that's called open weapons. So we do have a variety of options to compete. We're only 2 weeks away, guys, 2 weeks away to the Unified Martial Arts Network, UMAN, OG's Fountain of Youth. And the OG League will start February of next year, February 7th. We're going to launch Region 11, and stay tuned for all the other cities that are launching. But I can tell you that I'm going to start at the East Coast, Midwest. California will have at least 1 tournament, possibly 1 in Arizona also. We'll see. It's based on the demand. And I am looking for people of similar mind and partners to be regional directors. Region 9 is still Florida. Region 8 is still the southern states, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I think Alabama was part of that too. In addition to that, we still have Region 11 in New York and New Jersey, the whole state of New York, the whole state of New Jersey. So there will be a tournament up in Syracuse. And I believe that'll be in August. But stay tuned for all the dates. There might be months where I'm throwing 2 tournaments. No, you don't have to go to those tournaments. They're not national tournaments as of yet. They're just regional tournaments. But those regional tournaments are where you accumulate your points for your national seedings. And the nationals, the UMAN OG Nationals, at the minimum, will be this event next year. Unless I'm able to get at least 5 other countries involved. If I get 5 countries involved, then there will be internationals. Then by the time we get to 10 countries, then we can call that a world championship. Because there's some organizations that don't even have 10 countries involved in the world championships. Eventually we'll get more. My point is that there's pioneers and legends all over the world that have been forgotten about. And now at age 30, we're going to do 30, 34, and then 35 to 39. We're all going to do that for next year. Even at age 30, they kick you to the curb. They are allowed to go on to the nighttime finals, I believe, in some of the national tournaments. However, They're not involved with competition with the 20-year-olds. And that's really something that's crazy, because I actually did a documentary in 1998 talking about exactly what they were doing, and they were getting rid of the 30-year-olds. And it wasn't like we were losing to the 20-year-olds. We were actually beating them because we had more experience. And eventually it became a kiddie fest. And we all love the kids, but my God, let them come and see us play. The pioneers and legends that created these techniques should be acknowledged. There's gonna be a variety of events that are gonna happen. There's a good possibility before February 8th, I'll have an event, not a tournament, but I'm still contemplating on two options. One of the options, I believe, is the one I'm leaning towards, because the education, there's some people right now that, man, they really know how to sweep. So why not have the best sweepers teach people how to sweep? And I'll give an example. I shared some information via sniperfight.com, which is free presently to anyone who's participating. And even if you got it now, sniperfight.com. You go there and I have over 10 hours of information that has helped me win 2 grand championships even this year. And I honestly believe I would have won a third one if it was necessary, believe it or not. But that's maybe my confidence or maybe my delusion. My point is still that I am presently in the best shape I've been. That's not saying much, but it's the best shape I've been probably in 10 years. I'm pain-free presently. And the left-right drill and the circle drill alone, with some lay-down kicks, I should say, yesterday, within about 20 minutes or so, I shared it with C for Jose. And then he got up and he's like, oh my God, my knee doesn't hurt, my hip doesn't hurt, I feel so good, and it was so simple. I'm like, yeah, because I've been doing these techniques for years, and the reason I do them is because it's like physical therapy. Once you start getting your blood flow towards your knees and your hips and your calves and your back, while doing the lay down kicks, what anybody can do, that's like, you could be 100 years old, lay in the bed and pick up your leg. And in terms of the height and the alignment, it's just a matter of your physical ability, but you still can do a version of what would be these kicks. And again, go to sniperfight.com, and the free membership presently. Check that out and give me some feedback, because I know that's something that'll help you. But in a nutshell, we have 2 weeks before the UMAN Fountain of Youth. I bought 300 of these. They're going to go to competitors and maybe even some of the judges. And we're going to have such a great time. The amount of quality competitors is phenomenal. I must say that I'm pretty shocked that we have almost 10. That's 9. Well, if we add the underbelt, there is 10 competitors that are Kung Fu stylists. But I'm saying 9 adult Kung Fu stylists. Plus, I did see today, have to confirm this, I'm assuming that it's confirmed, we saw Shihan Lou Ferrer post, I'm competing and I'm bringing my instructor, 90-year-old. Oh my God. So stay tuned for some more updates. But this gentleman right here, I can tell you right now, it'll be a treat watching him compete, because he's really on point. He's been around for a long time. I believe he's also a student of another person competing, the legendary Lamar Thornton, Kashunda himself, and JB Supreme, Elder JB Le Puppet. Oh my God! So now we're adding Lou Ferrer. I'm not sure if he's 75. He might be in the 70 to 74 division. It's just getting better by the day, and all I can say is that I'm excited and I'm looking forward to this. I mentioned many times the quality of the competition and the people that are traveling from all over is pretty incredible. The judges alone are legendary. And all I can say is tick tock, AB. See you soon. Bye-bye.